One of the cool things about getting older is that you learn stuff about yourself. If you're thinking and you're paying attention and you're learning and growing all the time, which I hope for you as an older person, you learn stuff about yourself. And I just learned something about myself, and it pisses me off, frankly, because I didn't know. Um, it's called parentification. I just learned that I was parentified at a young age. I'm sort of annoyed that I didn't learn this sooner. This term parentification, where the child becomes the parent, where the parents, even if they're nice people and they love you and they mean well, they come to put you into a role of being a parent. Now, this can be because you have a parent who's ill, or you can have addiction, or you can have, in my case, domestic violence. And so what I learned was that parentification can appear in two ways in your childhood. It's like your childhood gets stolen because you have to be the parent, and it's either logistical parentification or emotional. The logistical is where you're the kid who makes all your brothers and sisters lunches. You make sure they get dressed and out the door to school or something like that. That's like logistical parentification. And then there's emotional parentification where, now this wasn't my case, but in some of the videos that I watched and some of the books that I read, an example of emotional parentification is when, say, the mother is single and she comes home and she tells you about her date, or that, a guy hasn't called her and she's sad. That is emotional parentification. In my case, it was emotional parentification because my mother suffered, and we were a part of that suffering. If we were good and Dad didn't get mad, then nobody got beaten. So we began to, I at least, not everybody in my family, every child has a different parenting experience. My older sister and I, we have the same memories of what it was like growing up in our house. I'm not sure about my brother. He's the third child down. And then the youngest child has somewhat of a different memory. She does remember Dad being violent, but by that time they were tired. So you grow up in a different household depending on where you are in the birth order. But in this case, what I'm talking about is the idea of becoming a parent too soon. This can happen if you are caring for an ill parent, particularly if you are caring for an ill parent who is a single parent, and you are the adolescent or teenage daughter who is having to monitor the parent's medications or treatments or whatever. This can cause you to grow up too soon, and this is what happens as a result. As a result of parentification, you grow up to be a hyper-responsible person, and you can't let it go. You're just always taking care of everybody. You're always worried about breaking the rules. You're always worried about making sure everything's even and sane and normal, so that no danger will come to you or your family, the people you love. This is messed up. I mean, there's good stuff about it. Being hyper-responsible got me to work early. I became the only person in my family who graduated with a bachelor's degree. It took me 18 years because I was a single parent for a lot of that time. I went at night. But I want people to know that you can be too responsible. That as a result of growing up in your particular household, you can grow up with a sense that the whole world is sitting on your shoulders, and it always will. And worse than that, if the world walks away and goes and takes a holiday away from you, you're not that happy. You're sort of like aimless. You don't know which way to go because there are no prison bells ringing to tell you which way you're supposed to turn. Nobody's telling you that they need something, and you're not used to thinking about what you need. So maybe you're happy for 10 minutes and then you're wondering, where's all the noise? I'm not happy unless I hear noise. And I don't mean noise in the sense of sound. I mean noise in the sense of inputs. Well, I think I'm calmer now. Thank you for listening to me. It's like I had to go slap on some makeup and put on a shirt and jump in front of the camera so that I could talk about this, because the bottom line is I'm happy to be older and to have learned so much about myself. I like that. I like understanding humans and myself in particular. But I was sort of mad because I didn't know this sooner. I'm 72 years old and I just learned about parentification. I hope this is helpful to you. I hope you'll make a comment. Let me know, does this relate? Does it feel right to you? Where are you in your journey? And if you want to subscribe, that's cool too. Just press the button or something down there. I don't know where it is. Anyway, thanks for listening. It's nice having you out there. I appreciate you being here on this journey with me. See you later.